to the Popcorn Lounge, where we review popular movies and shows that we've never seen before.
Today we are talking about Empire Strikes Back, with help from a serious Star Wars fan and movie buff, Mr. Zane Burbick. Welcome, and thanks for coming to the show.
Just to clarify, we know absolutely nothing about Star Wars. So to begin, what would be a quick summary of the movie?
Oh boy, there's a lot of parts to this movie. So it starts off on Hoth, where Luke gets captured, and he starts using the Force that Obi-Wan had told him about in the previous movie. And with that connection, he goes to seek out Master Yoda after Hoth gets attacked by the Empire. While that happens, the rest of the gang, Han, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, as well as Princess Leia, all go together and escape Hoth as well. When we return, it goes back to Luke, and he's on Dagobah, learning the ways of the Force with Master Yoda. And while he's learning all this, the other guys are at Cloud City, where they meet Lando Calrissian, who was a old friend, in quotation marks, of Han, where they get betrayed by Lando, and he was end up working for the Empire. It's a long movie, guys.
Oh yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a long movie. So after that, after they get betrayed, Han gets frozen by Boba Fett, gets taken away. Luke finds everyone on Sky City, runs into Darth Vader, and loses his hand, as well as finding out that Darth Vader is in fact his father. So it's a great movie. Many different, a lot of different stuff happening throughout. But I think that the best part about the movie is it ends kind of on a downer note, and it's the good guy doesn't always win. That's what I like about it.
I feel like that's the best quick summary of a movie I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh. So what were everyone's initial thoughts on the movie? Well,
I mean, going into it, I wasn't a huge fan of Star Wars, obviously. I think it was just kind of I didn't understand the hype around it.
I thought it was pretty weird, and like you said, I didn't understand why people were so fascinated by it, because it didn't seem like that good.
yeah, I really was not excited to watch the movie, but it was I didn't get the hype either.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Of course you did, Mr. Burbick.
Of course.
What would be 3 words everyone would use to describe the movie?
Very confusing. Interesting and weird.
Han, Leia, age gap. Age gap being 1 word specifically.
I would say weird, cliche,
Can't copy my words.
and original for sure.
Yeah, very original.
So Mr. Burbick, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, and what about it do you like?
My favorite Star Wars movie overall is Rogue One, which is a movie that takes place right before Episode 4. It came out in 2015 or 2016. It's a great movie. It's it leads directly into the very opening of Episode 4. And I think that the thing that I love about it is that, once again, the good guy doesn't always win, and people die. It's war. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Who is everyone's favorite character and why?
I would definitely say Princess Leia, because even though she is a princess, people don't treat her like she's frail and
can't do anything, because she actually is more how the guys are. She's this leader, and she doesn't let anyone forget that.
Except for Han. My favorite character is Chewbacca, and that's like very not original for favorite character, but because he's like the comedic relief. And I just picture a guy in a suit just like jumping around and doing stuff that Chewbacca does. And it's kind of funny.
My favorite is CP30 because like the yellow robot guy, he's funny and like kind of sassy.
Yes, Sophie?
My favorite character? Oh, Han. Han's just really cool. He's the cool guy.
Okay, can I ask you a question as to why?
Yeah, why?
Because
Yeah,
like
'cause
he's
he's a
kind of a
cool guy.
jerk.
He is kind of a jerk.
He
Yeah, he's
totally
like-
is. That's why I like him. Is that he's just kind of a jerk.
Because
I
like
mean,
he's like unapologetic about it.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's awesome. I love Han. I think that Han is the best character in the entire franchise.
We were literally hating on him while watching the whole movie.
Like, this guy.
And especially how it felt like he was like pushing himself on Leia. It's like, you know you love me. And it's like, do I though?
Do I know?
Did you see the ending?
Well,
She
yeah.
says,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
it comes full
I know.
circle.
Weird age
Yeah,
gap.
I know. Because he did know, right?
I know, but it was kind of a jerky way. It's like, you could have said it back.
No. No, that's not earned.
All right. So, when did you first watch Star Wars? And were you always a fan, or did you just kind of fall in love with it as the series went on?
Sarah, I first stumbled across Star Wars when I was, I think, 5. I was at my grandparents' house and they had a box set of VCRs of the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. And at the time, I didn't know that there was a certain order I had to watch them in, so I was very confused. But I really enjoyed just like the weird characters that came with it. And as I got older, I watched more of it and I started to understand the full story. And then also around that time, that was the prequels era.
Mm-hmm.
So episode 1 and 2 were coming out. And then the first movie I saw in theaters was Star Wars Episode 3. So Revenge of the Sith. But I've been a fan of it for a very long time.
Cool. What are everyone's initial thoughts on like the CGI set design and then like the camera angles and shots?
I could literally go on and on about this all day because, especially with the transitions between certain scenes, like there's like page wipes, there's like swirls going on.
Weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
And as like digital media students, we're taught like to kind of limit that because it kind of looks a little choppy and like not professional.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the editing was done by like a child, some parts. But overall, it was very interesting. I personally I really enjoyed the use of the puppets and like stop motion or whatever because it enhanced the laughs when we were watching it.
If you could all have, like, if you all could have any color lightsaber, like, what color would you want it to be? We've heard that the color of the lightsabers have, like, a certain meaning, Mr. Burbick, so do you know what those are?
Vaguely. Well, obviously, red is so lightsabers are powered by these crystals called Kyber crystals, and it's like a Jedi's journey to get their own. So when they get this crystal, it kind of attunes to them, and there's only a couple colors. The rarest being the black one, which is actually appeared in the Mandalorian, and they all have certain like emotions tied to it. Obviously, hate is red, hope is blue, willpower I believe is green. But if I had to choose a color, it would be probably purple.
I would choose white because it's cool.
Red because I'm evil.
I would probably choose black just because you just said that that's the most rare.
You're so
There's
I
only
feel like
one.
that would be
Oh my God,
so
so
cool.
rare.
Yeah.
I would steal it.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks again, Mr. Zane Burbick, for joining us.
Of course.
go watch Star Wars on Disney Plus, and we'll see you next time.